everybody, welcome back to Taz's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One. Today I'm going to present a new style by Tressalure for 2020. This is called Modern Curls in the color 10130R. You won't want to miss everything about the style and color coming up. So Tressalure's Modern Curls is a short, full body, curly, voluminous style. But aren't you ready to dig into this beautiful red shade, this 10130R? So what it is, it starts with a medium brown, and that brown is pretty neutral. And then it's very heavily highlighted then with a very bright red, like a cherry red. It's a blue-based red highlight, but it really pops, especially in sunlight and natural light. You can really see those highlights popping. And then all of that is on a slightly darker root. That root transitions beautifully into the main body of this color. It's a well-blended highlight. And I believe this falls somewhere in the cooler range, just because it's more of a blue-based red highlight on a neutral brown base. So the style Modern Curls actually feels a little retro to me, ironically so. You know what, I feel like it has some elements of a shag to it, just because all the layering comes off of a little bit of a flatter crown and kind of wants to sweep forward. There's lots of flips and movement everywhere. So it does have some elements of that old-fashioned shag, but it also has a full body curl. So maybe what is old is new again with this style. It has that full body curl that just reminds you maybe of old Hollywood. It is opposed to a lot of the trendier curly styles out today that have more of a thinned out, taken down, tapered look to them. These are more full body and intact. Big, soft, barrely curls that have been just raked through a little bit. And they're all over. Now when you take this style out of the box, you're going to want to give it a really nice shake. That's going to loosen the fiber a little bit and help set the movement free. When you put it on, don't be alarmed that there's just all of this going on and you're not quite sure what to do. You're going to want to try to find a little bit of a parting space first, and then kind of mold and shape the curl around the face, starting at that part. Now this is the kind of style that you don't have to have a part. It's a traditional cap. There's no lace or monofilament, so you don't have to designate a part to this. I'm just suggesting that as a place to start for you to start loving and working with this style, that you would find a little bit of a natural part and then just start working out from there. I think it's a very lovable, adorable style that'll work well for you if you like big, voluminous curls. This is a big style. So let's check out the specs just so you know where all of these layers may fall. Now a curly style is going to skew those measurements quite a bit. Some curls are tighter, some are looser. You get the idea. So we're looking at about a 3-inch front piece here. And again, that's curly. I believe that it's every bit of 5 inches from the front, but in its curl pattern is kind of where they're coming up with the 3, because 3 inches from my forehead or my hairline down to the eyebrow is about 3.5 inches. So that's where I think they're coming up with that measurement. There's a 6-inch crown, and like I said, you're not going to get that bump and profile in the back. It's more of a flatter crown, and then the curl kind of swirls out from that flatter crown. There's a couple of different layers in the back, giving it a nice stacked effect, and then that boils down into about a 3-inch nape. The 3-inch nape is also curly. However, I believe it offers some beautiful coverage. It sweeps around the ear very nicely and obscures the natural hairline. This feels very lightweight on the head. I think it weighs just under 3 ounces. And again, it's a traditional cap. So you're going to find a lot of permatease on this cap. Now the permatease serves two purposes. It's going to cover up all of the wefting and machine-made elements of this cap, but it's also going to provide a scaffolding for these curls and all this volume. So you can get in there with your fingers and just kind of prop it up and create and sculpt all kinds of different looks. It may surprise you to know this is a heat-friendly style by Tressalure. There's a few of those newer ones that have come out that are made from a heat-friendly fiber, and they say that that is heat-friendly up to 320. So that's good news on a style like this, because you can mold and sculpt this, use a little bit of heat from your hand, but also a little bit of help from a heat appliance if you want a different look. So you could flip these out. You could create a more classic look. You could put in a little bit of more soft and cohesive curl. Or you could straighten a bit in areas that you like a little bit of a slimmer profile. I think it's ideal on a style like this. So there's a heavy amount of permatease on this style, but it doesn't feel hot on the head. It doesn't feel too heavy or bulbous. I think all that volume is being done by permatease supporting these full body curls. The density is just an average density. I don't look at this as being a heavy density style at all. It actually feels kind of light and airy. Now the texture of these curls is a little more coarse. Therefore, you're probably not going to get that tousled feathery look out of them. The movement is really not there on this style, just because of the coarser texture of the fiber. So this is definitely a style that you're gonna have to work on to make it your own. This is one of those styles that if even experienced wig wearers seen you in it, they probably wouldn't recognize it. I actually thought this looked a little like the Belle Tress Siciliano that has these more full body curls. But it's out of the way. It's a beautiful length, especially with a heat-friendly fiber. I think it would look very elegant for holiday styling with a nice dangly earring. And during the styling segment, then I'll just show you a few things that you can do to change up the look. Inside of the cap for Tressalure's Modern Curls, it's an open cap. You'll see the open tracks there on the top, a beautiful velvet piece right at the front. I love when they do that. It's very comfortable. They also do a little bit of a hidden weft there at the hairline. Lots of wefting. This one has a closed velvet covered ear tab with lots of fiber spliced in. Great coverage on this cap. This is a standard velvet nape with Velcro style adjusters. What you need to know about sizing is that this was pretty large right out of the box. I would say it's average to average large. You'll notice that I had to cinch it in and practically crisscross the adjusters to get a secure fit for a 21¼ inch circumference. So just be aware that this cap size is a little more average with a lot more stretch than your typical Tressalure that fits a petite average. All I did to the style was I took it out of the box, gave it a shake, applied it, kind of found a little bit of a natural parting space and started to work those curls, just kind of moved and maneuvered them around the face. That's all I have done to this style. So the sky really is the limit. You can use heat on this style. As I mentioned, you could probably get a little slimmer profile out of it, sculpt this style really well. I like a nice slim profile around the sides, so I think I might try doing some of that. The glasses fit very nicely between the ear and the ear tab on this style. It doesn't seem to be too heavy with permatease right there on the ear tab. So I think I'll just go ahead and create some different looks for you. We'll try for some volume, some parting options, and maybe this will inspire you to work with your other curly wigs as well. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk soon on Taz's Wig Closet at Wig Studio One.